Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Calculated Throw, and on the right is going to be ReGen Anomaly. This is a Division C East matchup. Thank you all so much for joining me. I was being told by the teams to wait a second, and I was like, oh crap, and then I see a message, we are going to change portraits. You gotta come into these things ready to go, much like Droopy came into this stream with that Twitch subscription. Thank you for using your Amazon Prime subscription here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and supporting Bandit mostly. But I'm sure Droopy's sitting at home saying, Bahamut, I don't care about my sub. I want to know how we got to Brax's holdout. And I got you. Don't worry. The home team this evening is going to be Calculated Throw. They lost the coin flip. First pick priority was over to ReGen Anomaly, as that's what they wanted, and they banned out Alterac Pass and Sky Temple. Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb the Spider Queen were banned out by Calculated Throw, and we are going to be going to Brax's holdout for our first game. The first time we're going to be seeing a Braxis game in quite some time. Let's actually jump back into our draft now, as this is going to be an Anubrak and Jaina being removed here. And Braxis Holdout's a map that did have some changes happen to it not too long ago, especially, well, actually, it was about 2 weeks ago when the Kira patch came through. So we can finally see what those changes look like in a competitive setting, because there was a lot of health pool changes, but it was also the Guardians now drop, and I don't know if the Ultralists do as well, but the Guardians, the flying creatures in the back of the Zerg wave, drop little I guess banelings or sacks of Zerg, and I think it's like 1 Hydralisk and 3 Lings or something like that. Beautiful holiday. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. But that is going to be a Kira ban right now, as she is going to be legal. But a first pick Rexar on the right-hand side for the members of ReGen, and we now see a white main going to be initial. Wow, that's a very early white main. I don't feel like I've seen white main in a very, very long time in any sort of competitive setting. So that's exciting to begin with, but they're locking in. That's kind of a synergy that they want to lock in immediately, and now we're going to be seeing a Phoenix with this as well. So they're going to be going for that Planet Cracker to maybe try and burn through the Zerg wave. Droopy, I'm glad to see you here cheering on some friends. That's the best part. And CT. Oh, just everybody. Droopy wants everyone to have a good time, and I don't blame him. But that's a Phoenix white main together. Really good synergies that can be built around those two heroes. With an Anduin on the right-hand side with an Orphea as well. Orphea has a lot of good pressure and a lot of good aggression that she can bring into a lot of these team fights, as well as the Anduin with a Leap of Faith to maybe pull someone like the Rexar or maybe even the Misha Bear out of a sticky situation. The only thing I'm curious. I think you could actually, like, if you were in the boss pit area and there's like the top beacon or the bottom beacon, I think you could actually Leap of Faith someone over those walls. So it's something I was thinking about. Like, if you were to ever make that rotation and then Anduin steps up and then you get that Leap of Faith over the wall, it's just something cool I was thinking about. Either way, Rainer band out on the left hand side. That actually would pair well into the damage and the range that they already have built up, and the consistent sustained damage that they're already building. Joanna going to be banned out on the right hand side, as they do need that main tank, and it looks like they're not going to prioritize it themselves. And overall, Joanna's really, really strong on a map like this. She's strong on a lot of maps, and mostly because of the fact of just how aggressive she can be and how much damage she can take before she's in a sticky situation. But a Sylvanas and an Arthas will be picked up here, so it's going to be potential main tank, I'm assuming, and then a Sylvanas for some push pressure as well. But a Zarya and a Garrosh on the right-hand side to round that out. That's a lot. That's basically hypercarry Orphea. Maybe it's more hypercarry Misha Bear. Yo, Stark, how's it going, bud? I came for Bahamut. Yay! I came for Bandit and stay for high-quality words from Bearded Face. Yeah. The beard has a name. I've never named my beard. That feels, I don't know about that. How are you doing, Kyle Tristan? Thanks for coming by. Gul'dan will round out this draft on the left-hand side. I didn't really kind of talk about the fact that they are missing a little bit of wave clear. So I'm going to assume that's going to be Phoenix solo lane? Into the Rexar, potentially? Maybe, that's going to be a little difficult, I think. Phoenix into Rexar, I don't know about that one. Love to see the white main. I'm excited to see this white main. I'm really, really excited to also be seeing Brax's holdout, because I don't think I've gotten to peek at Brax's holdout this entire season. That camera's really far away. Hold on one second. Let's fix this. That's better. I'm sure that's what stream really wants right there. But thank you all for joining me. Thanks for coming by. Well, who is Bahamut? Bahamut is me. Whoever that Chris guy is, I don't know. But thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for joining the stream, and thanks for cheering on these teams. If you haven't followed already, please go ahead and do so. Thank you for just hanging out and watching games. Cycling back to the same word right there, but either way. No, we're just loading it, and I'm so excited about Braxis Holdout because I really want to see how the Zerg waves are going to be changed, like how it changes the way that teams play around the actual spawn of it. In the past, you just, you'd leave maybe one to clear and then you'd push with 4 or something like that, or you'd split them up and do like a 2-3. But with the length kind of increased, because I played one Braxis game in my placement games for Storm League, and it took a lot longer. Like, those Guardians need to be cleared out a lot quicker because of how much they can bring to that constant Zerg wave and kind of add to it. Thank you for the spooky worm. Wait, Bama, how did we get here? They picked the map. That's how we got here. Let's get into it. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Calculated Throw. We're going to be having Moda Derp on the Ghoul Dan. Danilor is going to be on the White Mane. Scotty Puff Jr. is going to be on the Sylvanas. We're going to be having Scooterman on that Arthas. And in top lane, we're going to be having Grevent on to the Phoenix. Sorry, I was just making sure my phone's muted before we go into this. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Anomaly. We're going to be having Little Rock on that Rexar, and bottom lane, we're going to be having Voodoo on the Orphea. Carv will be on the Zarya. Genjesus is going to be on the Garrosh, and Anners will be on the Anduin. Go Bandit. Sorry. I like how they put that in chat, and then they lose a member immediately. Is it just like sacrifices for Bandit? Is that what's happening? What does Bandit do for a living? He's a model. How do you think I can live such a comfortable life? Sylvanas and Phoenix. Oh boy, I love Sylvanas. Yeah, yo, Ryokai, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Sorry, just... If Gilly Shark didn't lose the coin flip, who won? Oh, that's... yeah. Someone's got to lose the coin flip. But this is... I want to check out this solo lane right now. We do have that mobile offense for the Phoenix, and I also didn't go ahead and check out the vision, because that was one thing that I was just about to highlight. I was like, oh, I don't have vision set up at all. I want to know how this matchup works out. Bottom lane, yeah, this is going to be a lot of great back and forth, as we are going to be having Arthas being thrown around right there. The Chastise does come out from that Anduin, and it didn't look like it connected in time. But that's a lot of great back and forth. That's whatever. You might get some kills here and there, but right now, top lane, this is a lot more fun. Look at this. It is just one of those things that we don't get to highlight much because there's just usually a lot more back and forth in that bottom lane. So we're gonna watch this Phoenix and this Rexar battle it out a little bit, and we'll try and jump back into bottom lane. I'm trying to watch the health bars as they do go down a little bit here and there. Let's jump down. Okay, no, Genjesus is doing fine. That Garrosh was getting a little bit low, but I think it's just the poke damage coming out from the Garrosh for now. But this is just something like we don't get to highlight that top lane too often because of just how it's a slower back and forth, but there definitely is a lot more little play that needs to go into that. Look at how much damage Gul'dan is throwing out. Already going to be sitting at 16 out of the 40 stacks necessary for the Echoed Corruption. Sylvanas going to be at 18 out of the infinite 6,000 whatever stacks. It's an uncapped question, but she's at 18 stacks of the Unfurling Shadow, and the easy way to know that one, it's a 0.5 increase to her damage. So whatever number you're seeing right there, half it, and that's the actual damage coming out. Excuse me, the percent damage increased right there. Right? Do I have that right? Permanently increased by %. There we go. And Sylvanas will be getting picked off by the Orphea right there. Trying to step forward a little bit from Voodoo. Maybe going to be able to grab another kill, but this is going to be back into top lane where there can, like, I like how this Phoenix is playing I guess, like, Grevent is playing Phoenix, just utilizing that shield, making sure that that's kind of full while they're going in. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, that White Mane is going to get picked off. Scooter, man! The grenade is not going to be enough to get the kill, but they continue to get charged in favor for the members of ReGen Anomaly, and this is just, yeah, this Phoenix is struggling against this Rexar, as now they're scaling throughout this match, and Rexar's kind of getting their foothold in this top lane. The other thing to note too is that Bisha Bear is only going to become more and more healthy as it's oh no, excuse me, it's armor. I thought that there was regeneration for the I had it backwards. Okay. And that shouldn't be too hard for Misha to pick up because they can be throwing the Misha Bear up there as well as going ahead and grabbing the lane regeneration globe. Let's check out top lane right now. We're gonna see. This is just a full Zerg wave. It looks like they've actually no, I must have missed it, because usually they spawn half of, like half a Zerg wave even if you have 0, but it looked like it was way lower. Might have just been the quicker clear. And you can see right now, like, they're dropping a decent amount of siege, but I think they got cleared out pretty quickly. It is very early in the game. We're sub 4 minutes, and they do, I think, this objective, it's not like Warhead, because I think Warhead like starts to scale at 5 minutes. Like it doesn't scale into the 5-minute mark or something like that. Like I think Warhead's just the one map that has an oddity, but every other map scales per minute. So as this does progress, these Zerg waves become more and more powerful. Selexia, thank you so much for the 69 bits. Thank you, thank you. And also, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a wonderful stream last night. I'm sorry I had to kind of leave after hosting you over, but I hope it was a blast, and I hope you had fun. Phoenix wins if he zones Rexar off globes and runs him eventually. It doesn't seem like that's the issue right now. Littlerock is doing a great job of the mana management and just continue. Yeah, I think like this Rexar player is very well versed in my opinion. I'm no Rexar player, but I've seen a fair amount of Rexar play, and I think I can comfortably say that they look comfortable in the Rexar as they are going to be stepping up, and it doesn't even matter. You know, they were purposely taking damage as they were trying to bait that Phoenix up further in the lane, utilizing the Misha to get that. I know we're focusing so much on top lane, I missed a couple kills, so we'll hang out down here in bottom for a little bit, as it is going to be 7 talent here. As of course I say that, they're going to be rotating out and be like, no, we don't want to battle anymore. We want to go get camps. So while they go ahead and get camps, we'll check out top lane. It's a little bit of a lull in the game right now as both teams are kind of prepping for the next wave to be, or the next beacon phase to pop up, and we're not too far off from that. The cooldown between the Zerg falling and when it actually starts back up in lane isn't too long. I think it's 1.5 minutes from when the Zerg fall to when you get the announcement, and so 2 minutes total when you actually can step on the beacons. Either way, that feels about right. That feels about 1:30 to me. I didn't look at the timers right there. I keep jumping back up to here just because I want to see how this battle's going on. They're playing this really, really well. The same, you know, I was complimenting the Rexar player, but it's the same thing for the Phoenix. They know how to manage their health pool because Phoenix does not have the biggest health pool. I mean, clicking over to them, I actually have to click on the unit to find out. That can't be right. There we go. I was clicking on... so they've got a total health pool of like near 2,000 right now with their shielding. Oh no, it's way higher. So with the shielding at half, they've got near 2,000. But like with no shield, they're looking around 1,500. That's really, really low. And so being able to manage your health pool on a Phoenix like that's... It's insanely important to be able to kind of dance between death in a sense. This is going to be charged so far in favor for Calculated Throw. It will be their first... kind of advantage in a sense in this game. It's not like they've been being run down by ReGen at all, but there has just been oh my god, that Chastise combo coming out right there. Oof. Sylvanas gonna get picked off in this bottom lane. We do have the hold going over for Misha in top. That is going to be the explosive charges. No, I think that's wrong. I'm forgetting. It's not Demolitions Expert, is it? At level 1 for the Zarya that they just finished, but Mona Derp is taking a lot of damage. They're gonna get locked down. The Chastise won't be enough, but oh my god, those grenades are doing a lot of damage right there as Voodoo needs to back out. They are gonna be able to get the end point and just kind of get that back retreat a little bit right there. Excuse me, the Shadow Waltz, but oh my god, Zarya with the grenade over the wall. Hot dang. Yo, Mikey, how you doing, bud? Thank you for hosting over as well. My stream quit on me, so people couldn't bask in my salt casting tonight, though. Oh, wonderful, Slexia. I'm sorry that your stream was being a turd to you. Looks like we are going to be having another Zerg wave fully in favor. Actually, no. So they've changed the way that it actually charges. So we are only going to be getting as much as the enemy team got, or I guess the blue team. But we're going to once again check out the bottom lane as this is going to be the main Zerg wave. They've also got 10 talent here. Check out what that Zarya picked up at 10. That's no expulsion zone. Doing a great job casting this match. Thank you so much, Sully. I appreciate that. Belrock, how you doing, friend? Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you for coming by. Wow, Warlord's Challenge going to be coming out right there. Scooter Man is going to be a little bit low as they need to get right out of here. Light Bomb going to be coming out onto Voodoo, who isn't able to step further forward, and they aren't able to get that last little bit of 100 damage. Zarya trying to get that grenade over the wall. What is that? I can't remember what it is off the... Demolitions Expert, okay. I knew it wasn't Feel the Heat. That has to do with having your charge at maximum for a certain amount of time. The other thing to note, too, is look at some of these questing talents. So Sylvanas sitting at 66 stacks on Unfurling Shadows. She's really going to start putting out that damage in some of these team fights, especially as her kit does evolve further here. Gul'dan going to be sitting at 36 out of the 40 for the Echoed Corruption, and what that is going to be giving is the return path. So you are going to be having that 3 strikes back in the opposite direction. Oh, the pounce onto this. Wow, that is such a good rotation. I saw it happening on the minimap, and I was like, are they going to be able to make this? And that Misha Bear stun was so well timed. ReGen coming out very strong as this game has progressed. Like, there's been a great amount of back and forth in the bottom lane, but we're now seeing that 10 talent tier has really shifted the dynamic more so in their favor. Look how aggressive they're playing on the map as well. And look how far back the friendly team on the side of Calculated Throw has to be. Like, they're not even able to play around their own camps. They need to play behind their fort line. Typically, a lot of teams will, you can draw that imaginary line down the middle of the map, and that's kind of the zone of aggression, or stepping forward, going past that halfway mark. You're trying to get some damage out. You're trying to press up against the enemy, and they're way further back. Like, their line is kind of where the forts are. Phoenix is going to be stepping up in this top. They don't have vision on everybody, but they can see that camps are going to be picked up, so they're just probably going to make the assumption that they're safe, maybe push out these lanes a little bit, but they're definitely playing it safe. Look how far Gul'dan and Whitemane are playing in the lane, making sure that they're kind of cycling back every time. Like, all right, I'm stepping forward. You need healing? Nope. All right, cool. I'm going to make sure I'm going back. And look at this in top lane. They get the teleport over the wall. Whew, whew, whew. That's close. That's close. We are going to be approaching 13 talent here in just a second for the members of ReGen, so they're going to try and take this fight now before that 13 hits. That's going to be a huge leap of faith coming out, as well as that Graviton Surge. Zarya does go down in the end. The leap of faith not going to be enough. Really, really well played right there. Purification Salvo will be picked up by that Phoenix as well. Not something I highlighted whatsoever. Usually we see Planet Cracker on this map due to the fact that it has a quick Zerg wave clear. And Divine Reckoning, actually, for Whitemane. Because usually what we see the Scarlet Aegis for her. So Divine Reckoning, I apologize that we're missing some kills here and there. My bad on that one. I was a little blown away by the fact that we're gonna get Divine Reckoning. I was like, I don't recognize that 10 talent whatsoever. No one ever picks the other one for Whitemane. We do have Phoenix clearing out bottom lane as you can see, like, they're playing it safer in this bottom lane. They don't want to get picked off and rotated on. They do have some vision on the enemy team right now in this top lane. Let's jump onto the vision for said Phoenix, as this is going to be charged once again in favor for the members of ReGen. Can Calculated Throw start to bring the momentum back in their favor? Is it going to be a 13 talent tier? Is it going to be one good fight? What is it that they need on their side to really start to kind of shift this back in their favor, or at least to the middle of, or at least the middle way through this map? I can't think of the word for it immediately because I was just staring at mini map. They're chasing this Misha who hasn't, I don't think Misha's gone down once yet. Oop, that's carried objective. Nope, that's the wrong one. 7. There we go. Because this would tell us if there's any point. Yeah, there's no like decimal point kills or decimal deaths. Meanwhile, in top lane, opening this up further. And here's something, and I say this in a lot of my streams, but I think we're just gonna make this a standard. Here's something you can take into your own game. On the minimap, you can actually see up here that there's a little red thingy, and you can see right there. That's where the red team's Zerg are going to be coming from. So obviously prepping up this lane and pushing it further forward, like, that's huge for them. Huge Warlord's challenge as well. Lightbomb going to be coming out from the Anduin. They found themselves the Whitemane to begin with. That Graviton, or excuse me, yeah, the Graviton Surge right there is going to be getting them a little bit of zoning value. Gul'dan did finish the Echoed Corruption. They're going to want to try and hold that for this Zerg wave and utilize that to at least burn this down as quickly as possible. There's going to be a lot of great siege and, or siege, I guess you could say siege and anti-siege now available to his kit, but they're pressing up as 4, and they're showing their aggression in this top. This is going to be so much onto the Arthas. There's no way they survive through this. I'm sorry, Arthas. There's no way you live through that. The Warlord's Challenge, you have the, I don't even know if there was the Warlord's Challenge, but there, let's see, no, it's on way too long of a cooldown, or too short of a cooldown for that engagement. We had the Crushing Jaws, and you still had the Toss and the Groundbreaker as well combo. Again, Jesus is playing this Garrosh so very well as we continue to see this top lane siege coming in. So let's just keep an eye on these Guardians, see how much they're going to be able to drop into lane, because we still have a lot of those Hydralisks pushing up here. Sylvanas will be going down as well, and the Guardians sieging really, really well. This is what I kind of noted before, that you want to burn these down quickly. And do they, I'm waiting to see, like, are they staying around? No, it's just going to be Carved, just throwing out these grenades here and there, and they'll back right out. 16 talent here in favor for the members of ReGen Anomaly. Wow. Wow.
Resetting pens as per protocol.
Mystic, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Huge fight going to be breaking out here, and that's going to be the Warlord Challenge once again. On to Whitemane, finding the kill. That's going to be Scooterman, who's going to drop the army. Misha Bear not able to step up, as they did use the Bestial Wrath right there, and they're trying to get the kill into Misha, but with the Whitemane down, they're going to say this is now our boss. And look at, like, I love the way that they're just zoning, so we're going to jump onto the vision for Rexar right here really quickly. Yo, Kriv, thank you for the 14 months of support, my friend. I very much appreciate that tier 1 subscription. Thank you. A million times. Thank you. But I like that. It's just something to highlight. Like, if you are a Rexar player as well, like that's a really good thing to note. You don't need the Misha Bear to sit on the point, you know, fighting over the boss. Like, yeah, if you're soloing and you need something to tank it, absolutely. But in that situation, utilizing it as a ward in a sense. I've been watching a lot of TI, so that's going to be a stuck term for me for a bit. But just being able to have that vision as anyone tries to step up into your team, that's just going to be a great benefit. Now, another thing to note too is this is going to be the boss coming in through the top lane. Hold on. Why did boss go into top lane? Because typically boss usually always prioritizes the weakest lane. Why is it in top all of a sudden? That's weird. Warlord's Challenge is going to be coming out. Phoenix will be going down. Graviton Surge is out, but it doesn't connect onto anyone. I thought I was just like, wait. For some reason, I thought they had 20 all of a sudden. I was like, because I saw the silence, and I'm like, wait, no, that's the Wailing Arrow coming out. But speaking of things coming out, that's the Crushing Jaws. That's also going to be a huge Horrify, separating the friendly team from their healer. They do back on right out of there. The Leap of Faith will keep them alive for now, as the army is going to be utilized there. Misha is finally going to be taken out as the boss. We'll be doing some work onto this core. Maybe a little bit of... I think it's just the shielding. I don't think they'll get any of the health off. Like, no percent. Yeah, I think it's like just there's like a sliver of shielding right there, but they don't get it, and that's going to be the bottom lane getting cleared out as well. That Horrify is so good. I don't know why boss went top. That made no sense to me. Because the boss on this map, the way that I always understood it, it worked in the same mechanic as the Punisher, or as the Immortal. It always prioritizes the most well-defended lane. I don't know if that's an issue due to the changes that came into the Zerg wave, and maybe it doesn't do that anymore. But that's a weird one for me, because I was expecting it to go bottom, and then I was like, wait, why is it in top? Huh. Chat will correct me and tell me that I'm wrong in a minute. They're just like, Bahamut, what are you talking about? It's never been like that. Like when I said that Garrosh could accidentally throw the Skeletal Defenders. I swore that Garrosh could. But they were like, no, you're wrong. And I was wrong. And I admit that. I learned too. Again, Jesus is looking for someone here. They find themselves a Phoenix. Warlord Challenge connects onto 2. That's going to be the Graviton Surge. Huge Light Bomb going to be coming out as well. They're trying to live in all of this, but that's going to be a Phoenix with the Purification Salvo. Can they find a kill with said salvo? Not going to be there, but Voodoo's so very low. The Misha is going to be out there kind of prowling and maybe stunning anyone that wants to step forward. Meanwhile, the Zerg Wave was picked up, and once again, 100% for the members of ReGen, as it looks like the adjustments have come through. The maximum that you get from said Zerg Wave now is just, you used to get like a lot more. You get like a Guardian and one Ultralisk as well as some Banelings and stuff, but they really changed how much you get in the zero charge lane. So you can do what you're doing right now. You can ignore top lane and say that doesn't matter. That's just one Ultralisk. It was 18%. It just got taken out. Look at the Gul'dan damage that just went out, and again, Jesus, that is so much right there, as this is going to be 16 to 18, and they're taking out these sidewalls, making sure that their path of retreat is a little more open, and they step further forward. Can they end the game right here? 16 to 18 in levels, no 20 talent tier for either side. I don't think I saw Purification Salvo just come out right I'm not sure. Either way, Misha does get taken out. Voodoo very low, gets the Leap of Faith onto them. Also going to get some shielding. Sylvanas does go down. Scooterman with very low health in that front line. Huge Warlord Challenge with a follow-up Light Bomb as well. Arthas goes down. Phoenix goes down. They find themselves a white main. The Graviton Surge is there. The GGs are called, and we can see the siege coming in. Again, Jesus is just playing around this Nexus, as we do see the rest of the team burning down the core, and they will be able to take Braxis holdout in game number 1 on the side of ReGen Anomaly. GG. Well played. Zerging, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. That may be a bug, Bahamut. I believe boss is supposed to go to the strongest lane available, meaning highest tower health. Yeah, exactly, Kriv. Okay, so I'm not crazy, because I thought the Immortals and the boss on Braxis were the two things in this game that worked in that same manner. Also, Kriv, thank you so much for the subscription. I very much appreciate the support, my friend.
Will follow you to the end of the road. Subscribed.
14 months, Bahamu108, Bahamu1FG.
Oh, bitch.
And Selexia, thank you so much for the 69 bits. Thank you, my friend. Kelladorn, how you doing? Maybe it was smart learning to go against the Zerg Wave? I don't recall going to the wrong lane last time we played it, but shrug, yeah. Always an awkward moment when Bahamut thinks chat will correct him, but he's met with 100% agreement instead. Alrighty. Cool. Sorry, they're just asking me. They asked me a question, I completely missed it. Whew. What a very good game one, though. Okay. This needs to go over here. And let's update the team scores so people know who's actually winning here. Oh boy indeed. I agree. Ooh. Alrighty. I agree though. It looked like the wrong lane. Was a bit of the tower still up? Don't even know. There was like, yeah, there was how do we get here? Chymotrypsin, stop it. We haven't even gone anywhere yet. Okay. So yeah, when I looked at the two towers really quickly because I jumped into bottom lane right before that boss got up there because I saw how low that health was. The bottom lane had way more health. It should have gone bottom, which is confusing because the top lane had like a sliver of health on its keep. Not a sliver, but still, not a whole ton. We got the last player from one team in here. Let's get the other team in here. How did I get here? Stark, if you're asking that question, I feel like you might have drank all the bottles of rum in your room. I'm super excited. Both teams changed all their portraits to the same portrait. That's like the most wholesome troll right there because like they know, like I told them, I was just like, I pull you in one at a time. So like they know that like they all put the same portrait on. It's just funny. That's all. Let's see. We're all good on all that. Was the well up in bottom? I don't remember. The well was up in top lane. I remember that much. No, you stop it. Set them to captain. Stark, you didn't share with me? You've heard of respect bands. Respect synergy. I like that. I like that. First time also... okay. Alright, we're gonna have someone run to the bathroom really quickly, and then we're gonna get going into game 2. Well was up in bottom as well? Okay. Well, I'm officially out of ideas. Yeah, same. Because there was no gate in top or bottom. There was only keeping well in sidewalls, if I'm remembering correctly. So I assume it's a bug. That's my best guess. I'll clip it and I'll send it to the one Blizzard person I know. And just be like, hey, this thing. What about it? And then they'll be like, oh, Bahamut, you're dumb. Like, there's this already in the lane. And I'll be like, oh, dang. All right. Goodbye. We'll see you at BlizzCon. All right. Last player will get in here in just a second, and then we'll get going. Maybe the well had like 80%, but it shouldn't like, the well shouldn't matter that much. Like it shouldn't matter that much, right? Like it should, like the well should be, that's actually something I need to test. Like if you, for example, like if you had no damage on keep front gates and bottom and top, and no damage on keeps or sidewalls, and one lane had a well and one lane didn't, would it prioritize the lane with the well? Or does it just roll a dice? Dice, either way. Flip a coin, whatever you want to call it. I always get that polarization messed up. All right. I got readies from both teams. All of that looks good on my end. We're going to go push the button, and everyone, we are ready to go. We are going to get into this. We are into game number 2 on Towers of Doom, because I definitely pushed the right button at the end of that. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Calculated Throw, and we have the members of ReGen Anomaly up one game in our best of 3 series on the right-hand side. Thank you all so much for joining me. And as I know you've been asking in Twitch chat, let's talk about well meta. Now what you want to do is, no, we're actually going to find out what map we're on. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Calculated Throw. Such troll, oh my god. They lost the coin flip. First pick priority was chosen by ReGen in that first game. Alterac Pass and Sky Temple were banned out by them. Calculated Throw banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of Spider Queen. Braxis Holdout was the first map chosen by Calculated Throw and lost by them. They opted for first pick in game number 2, so ReGen Anomaly has decided to take us to Towers of Doom for game number 2. Let's see if they can do it in a 2-0 fashion on Towers, or if this is going to be a 3-match game. There we go. Ooh. Clean it up, CT, reset, and like I mean, they're calculatedly throwing. That's what I would say. The boss would flip a coin and Kaima would lose it. I mean, it's true. I'm trying to figure out if there was a priority in building targets. Yeah, no, you're right, Caledorn. You're right. You guys like the first Anduin roofs? I whiffed it into the atmosphere. Anners, to be honest, your Anduin play in that game 1 was scary. Like all the chastises afterwards were just so on point. Like all those chastises were like, boop, there, you're dead. All right, so the Garrosh is going to be Respect banned out. That is going to be the Jaina banned out as well. We have a Joan and Kael'thas on the right-hand side. So both these teams taking out a mage and taking out a main tank. First pick priority coming out from the members of Calculated Throw. Last game it was a white main. We see if that's going to be changed up here. Do they go for anything like a Zeratul if they want something aggressive, or even a Genji for quick rotations? Gonna grab that Muradin. Gonna be able to grab that him. He's got great mobility. He's got good engage and disengage. He can set up and potentially he can poke in a little bit here and there, and he's got a great health pool as well. You can pop that avatar form, or you can maybe see it here, the Haymaker. It's definitely a possibility on a map like this. Though we do jump over to the right-hand side for ReGen Anomaly, and they will pick up a Malthael. That's an early Malthael for the solo lane, but that means that they're also going to have their main tank Anubarak. So they've kind of said, hey, we're going to dive you. That's it. We got dive. We're going to dive you. Get ready for it. Because Malthael dives really well with the Anubarak, and they also follow up into a lot of that damage. We could see a Tormented Souls. I personally... Well, I mean, we'll see what the draft unfolds. I think that's really going to decide the 10 talent. I've seen Tormented Souls here and there on Towers of Doom, more so on Infernal Shrines because of the grouping and how you brawl around those shrines. But Azul to be picked up on the left, so that's some great wave clear for them. Maybe going to be doing some double rotations between top and mid, and then we have Raynor going to be coming in to add some pepper to the friendly team. Going to be seasoning up those bony boys as we do go into our ban phase once again. They need a support on the left-hand side. We could see maybe a white main ban. That's a possibility. Me personally, I would say something like an Alexstrasza or Stukov is really strong here. Ana's still up and available. Tyranda's up as well. They might want to try and prioritize the Tyranda themselves because that pairs into the Anubarak really, really well. So they're going to ban out that Ana. And that's a lot of good healing mitigation and healing buff that they can add and take away right there. Gaius, how are you doing, friend? I hope you're having a wonderful day and an even better stream. Thank you so much. I'm having a wonderful day and an even better stream. I actually am. I had a decent day of work. It's getting a little chaotic right now. Got a little bit of overtime coming in. But I got games and I'm happy. I get to cast games. Like this is what I look forward to doing. This is what gets me through my workday. Anduin will be banned out. A little bit of a respect ban coming out once again. Double, I don't even, maybe even triple respect. I don't know if there's maybe a not a Vala, but a Jaina player on the right-hand side that they just don't want to deal with. It's definitely a possibility. 2 games in a row where we've seen Kael'thas being banned out as well might be the same kind of answer and respect. I personally like the Tyrande here, and then maybe the Orphea will be grabbed. Still works with the composition, and then Rhaegar is going to be coming in here. So Ancestral Healing, and that makes sense for removing the Ana. If you do go for that Ancestral Healing and you can land that Biotic Grenade in time, you can mitigate so much of the healing from Ancestral. Now, we could see something like a Decker Kayn if they really want to prioritize into that department. I doubt it. I doubt that's what they like. They're like, oh, we're going to hyper focus on mitigating Rhaegar's healing this entire match. I think realistically they're going to look for something that synergizes a little bit better with their team. And so far, it's some sustained damage. They don't really have anything to kind of lock anyone down. And they're going to be picking up a Li Ming, so that's going to be some big blow up right there. And then the Polymorph. I like this. So Brightwing going to be picked up, a little bit of a global to bring to the table, but it's also the Polymorph. So say the Anub'arak dives in or the Malthael dives in, and that's a good time you Polymorph them. Then you turn that fight around, you start to blow them up. You stun them out with the Muradin. You got a penetrating round from Raynor. You get a reset from Li Ming. The fight is now transitioning back into your favor. Thrall will round out the draft on the right-hand side. I gotta say though, ReGen Anomaly's draft is quite terrifying to me. A lot of good poke, a lot of decent dive. They've got a great front line and almost back line as well. Like, for example, if someone tries to dive onto the Rhaegar, Thrall can maneuver over to them. Same thing with the Anub'arak and Malthael, and Orphea's got great mobility herself. I think ReGen Anomaly has a great synergistic draft, but I'm holding out for Calculated Throw. This Li Ming and the Zul might be the outlier for me. The resets from Li Ming on a map like this can be devastating, and I think they work really, really well. Blue Steen, big CT fan, but ban show's sake, give me another ReGen win. But for ban show's sake, give me another ReGen win. Okay. Is this what is this? Is this for stats in Division C? Bluestein? Mystic, hush you. Hey, you can talk about, no, you can cheer and say you want a team to win in this chat all the time. There's no hushing in this channel. No, thanks for coming by. We got a game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Calculated Throw, down 1 game in our best of 3 series, trying to bring it back and take us to game 3. Mona Derp is going to be on the Li Ming. Gravent is going to be on the Zul. Scooty Puff Jr. will be on the Raynor, Danalor will be on that Brightwing, and Scooter Man will be on the Muradin. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Anomaly. Up 1 game, trying to take it in a 2-0 domination fashion. We got Anders on the Rhaegar. Littlerock is going to be on that Malthael. Carve will be on that Thrall. Again, Jesus is on the Anub'arak, and Voodoo rounds out the team on the Orphea once again. Backlash for the Zul. Gonna be trying to step forward into that, and that's a Crash Lightning stream. That's a Crash Lightning. I want a team to win all the time. There you go. Oh, it's a battle for 8th. Oh. It's really going to come down to us playing each other anyways. Okay. So here we go. Let's see. So Malthael does have on a Pale Horse, which kind of shows that they're going to be trying to do some double rotations into this Zul, I would assume. Backlash, typically you see it in when Zuls are, playing a little bit more into the enemy main tank because of just the percent of damage that it does back to the hero attacking you. But I think, yeah, I mean, more or less, this Zul for... this is still actually a great moment for Backlash if they do want to pop it. That's going to be the phase shift from the Brightwing, and they don't even make it there in time. Did they even pop the Backlash? I don't think so. I don't think it's on cooldown. It doesn't show because they're dead. But either way. We do a Muradin, though, going to pick up some of that experience, making sure they're not going to lose that too much right there. I think they lost three minions at most, but this is going to be the camp timing really, really good from ReGen right now, where they're going to be grabbing the siege camp right around that 1 minute 30, or I'd say right after that 1 minute mark, and I think they were just going for that pick in that mid lane, which slowed them down a little bit. Muradin? I think they're trying to bait this Muradin into Genjisus and stuff. Like, I think that they just saw the Anub'arak leave from that bush, and they might have, just... that's a bit of a sweaty palms moment right there. Crash into Crash. Thrall crashed and picked a talent. Crash in. Okay, I follow that. Backlash will be used as well. Is going to be going onto Littlerock, and this is I don't think you're going to be able to 1v1 the Malthael, but in bottom lane, speaking of, there is going to be a 4v4, and the Brightwing is going to be getting picked off right there. ReGen Anomaly putting on the pressure this evening in our game number 2 on Towers of Doom. Graven is going to continue to soak up in these lanes and just bring that experience to the friendly team. Both these teams do really start to explode as their I guess their talent tree is unfolded, or as they progress through levels, and that can be said about anyone. But like it's the synergies that actually might change the dynamic of the game. For example, you have the Anubrak who's probably going to be going into Cocoon, and so to answer that, which I completely missed and didn't even notice in draft, is that Li Ming. Speaking of things, I'm missing, like, we're gonna have to unfortunately stay down here. I was gonna try and catch a lot of the rotations from Zul and Malthael, but I think down here is just where all the action's happening with the multiple kills that we've had so far. But the Li Ming is going to be able to answer that Cocoon from Genjisus if they do go into that, and that's just a great way to deny that shutdown. I like the play that they're going for right now. They know that they can't take this fight. They know that they haven't been winning these, so they're going to try and, I think, delay out Little Rock. Yeah, look at Mona Deep will be coming over here. Combo coming out from her. Won't even connect, but it forces them off the point. They do get this channel in bottom lane, and they were coming up for a second, but they're going to have to give this over. They are trading out bottom lane, though. This is a huge trade. And I talk about this often whenever we cast Towers of Doom, but we don't need to watch them channel, and this is just going to be a push for now. So let's actually highlight the reason why this is so important and why this is actually a pretty big win. Granted, they're going to take 4 extra damage, but they're going to open up that front gate a little bit further. What you then can do is start cycling in these sappers and trying to burn down this fort. Once you burn down this fort, you've now got 5 shots in your favor against the enemy team. So this is going to be 3 for calculated throw and 5 for regen in the bottom right of our screen. And then the other thing too is you're able to feed in those sappers and get extra damage into the enemy team. And then on top of that, hold on, we have a fight breaking out here as they're going to be diving into Danalor and taking a lot of damage. Huge blow up onto the Brightwing. Like really, really well synergized coming out from regen right there. But the main point in all of this is that if you control this bottom bell tower on either side, and you can see on the minimap right now, I keep hovering over it, this is going to be our next altar, is going to be in this bottom position. For the enemy team, for calculated throw to rotate in, and if they get this, they have to come in straight through this mid position, through this tight choke here, or come straight through the objective that's in this mid-bottom position, as I call it. So it's just one of those things. You take that into your game and you hold bottom lane. That's why we saw the pickup onto the Zul and the Malthael so very early, because they wanted to lock in that Malthael for the On a Pale Horse for the double rotation movement speed, because you have the 20% increase on the On a Pale Horse while you're mounted. So it's 150 movement speed. Zul right now only moving at that 130, so it's just a little bit slower, so it's easier to pick up onto these rotations. But speaking of rotations, we have a fight breaking out over the campus. That we have Zul coming down here, going to get the Bone Prison onto 1. Anubrak Burrow charges out, but this looks like the Polymorph will be enough, and Rhaegar will be getting picked off. First blood for calculated throw as they start to build some momentum in their favor. They're going to deny these sappers from getting any value right here, and they're going to be able to grab this altar as well. That pick was so well timed from them. Like that couldn't have been in a better time for the members of calculated throw. Granted, there is about a level experience. There's a level deficit between these two teams with the kills that we've had this early game. The rotation, like the soaking experience, we'll check that out in just a moment after we look at some of these siege damage numbers. But I think it's actually been coming out pretty even. I think realistically it might be camp as well as kills that are the main reason for the solid level gap that we're seeing between these two players. What replays am I casting tonight? I have one from Kaimo Tripson, and I was going to see if anyone in chat wanted to post any of them in my Discord. Because I do have a Discord channel called Replay Requests, and you can either post a best of 3. If you post a best of 3, please give me 3 replays, even if it doesn't go to game 3. That way it keeps it more, I just don't know. Or if you have a single Storm League game that you were like, I bodied in this, or I didn't do too well, but I want to watch how I did, you can post those in there as well. Meanwhile, in top lane, Zul is going to get picked off, I apologize, by the Malthael, who did go for the last rites, and they're going to get a 5 seconds cooldown reduction on that right there as they pick up their first stack. And I do believe I missed the experiences. We're already on to the... Or no, I think experiences after the healing bar. This is me being a good caster. I know all these things off the top of my head totally. But that level lead, that yields them so much aggression and so much power that they're just going to be sitting in this bottom lane. They are tanking the tower, but ancestral healing just in time. Oh my god. That was such a very close moment. We do have Malthael rotating around here. No last rites from them just yet. 24 seconds onto that. Crushing Jaws comes out from Voodoo, and they find themselves a Murden as well as that Rainer. Can they find the... They cannot get onto Brightwing right there, but they do work further through on those not Echo Corruption. That's what usually they take on the Crash Lightning stacks right there. Speaking of any other questing talents, so Malthael does have 1 stack of the last rites. We have 12 stacks out of the 40 for the Orphea on the Mind Devour. And I think, and then 9 stacks out of the 20, I think it is, 25 for the Murden for that baseline quest. But as before. They have 5 shots because they do have this bottom bell tower. A little quick thing as well for anyone at home. If you ever see these, you can see that there's 1, 2, and there's only 2 blue, and there's 4 red. That's actually signifying what towers are taken by either team. So that signifies bottom, mid, and top, bottom, mid, and top. So just, I don't know, it's little things like that. It's little graphical things that you pick up after time, and I'm like, man, it's just like, that's cool. Like, that's really beautiful to be in the map. Guys, thank you for posting that Discord link. Poor friend's having a rough game. Also, for anyone who, if you missed the Discord link, there's an image in my panels below that just says Discord that will link you to the Discord as well. So they're going to reclaim this bell tower right now in the bottom left-hand corner of our screen. It's 10 to 12 in our levels. Did we get anything out of the ordinary from... They do have Emerald Wind for the Brightwing, so not going to be going for the Blink Yield right there as they do get the Cleanse out. They're going to have the Hyperion forward. That's also going to be Zool with the Skeletal Mages. And they're not going to be able to find a kill right there, but they do manage to deny these sappers pushing into lane. Whew. 13 talent here, and yeah, I was looking at this and I was like, are they gonna take this 13 talent here and just be aggressive with it? And yes, they are. Scooterman taking so much damage, they go down. No last right's gonna be popped onto them just to get the stack, because that would be 10 seconds off of it in total, so you'd be sitting around 55-second total cooldown. But I think they're gonna hold out and they're gonna wait to have that available for this next engagement to potentially rip someone else's soul. Are they gonna try and, oh, they're gonna at least try and feed in these sappers. 1, 2, third one's a little distracted by the wave currently. Come on. There you go. And they'll be able to get that one in as well. So ReGen will be able to confirm this bottom bell tower once again. 7 seconds on these altar. I think they should be able to make this rotation before they make the channel. No, they actually won't. But still, it's only going to be 3 shots going into the core of ReGen Anomaly, while Calculated Throw is taking 5 shots themselves. 26 to 25 when it comes to core health. So pretty close still between these two teams. And while there is this huge deficit, like I didn't even get to highlight it at all, but let's actually look at that experience right now. So minions, oh, there's about 4,000 or 5,000 between minions between the teams. Passive soak's pretty close. Structure's a bit of a chunk right there, and then heroes is another almost 4K, 3K. A little bit less right there. As they're going to dive into this backline, trying to find a fight that's going to be a nice Emerald Wind for the disengage. Web Wrap goes onto the Murden, but they're going to be able to pepper that right out of there. Not going to be able to lock anyone down too well, and they just hold over bottom lane further. Top lane is going to be having Malthael grabbing this Sapper Camp and trying to feed this in up here as well. Zool going to now try and respond, but I don't think they're going to be able to make it up in time before the Sappers get the charge in. Yeah, this is... Oh, actually, yeah, no, unfortunately. So they get 2 in right there. They try and get the next one, but Zool should be able to have the... Nope. Unfortunately not. Chaotic Order, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Why? Because, I don't know. Triple altar phase is going to be coming up here. It's going to be potential 15 shots for the members of ReGen Anomaly, or Calculated Throw, only able to put in 9 if this is all 3 are channeled. Granted, they could get the bottom lane conversion back over, but you can see Voodoo and Genjesus are just zoning back so many members. Let's actually jump over to the vision for the members of the blue team and get an idea of what this bell tower phase looks like for them as they're getting set up into this. We don't know either, so this will be a little bit of a surprise if there's a giant gank that does break out here. But we're looking at the vision right now for the Brightwing. Phase shift going to be coming forward as well, as they actually will be getting the Hyperion out as well. Crushing Jaws from Voodoo, and Brightwing goes down. In the backline, that's going to be Disintegrate from Mona Derp, who they did have that web wrap onto the Murden. Grevent is not able to survive through all that. They lose another member, and now this is not going too well for the members of Calculated Throw, as Scooterman needs to get the Dwarf Toss right out. The Mind Devourer is getting so much damage. Voodoo just chasing in further and further with the sustained damage they have. Meanwhile, Malthael in the top managed to get the left-hand side right there. They're also going to be having these 3 sappers pushing in through bottom lane. There's so much damage potential coming out in favor for ReGen Anomaly right now. It's insane. So that was 15 shots. They actually do get one of the sappers over as well, so that will yield them 26. Not 26. That was their health before. 16 shots right there. 10 left. Malthael converting top lane right now. No one's stopping them. No one apparently can stop death. 3 more sappers are going to be potentially fed in through bottom lane. They're just trying to get them lower and lower so they can get a single bell tower end right now, but that might not be an option as they are going to be using those penetrating rounds. It's going to be 13 to 16 in talent tiers, 1 to 10 in kills, and ReGen Anomaly is really running away with this for now, as they're just going to be holding bottom lane. Also, Crash Lightning going to be finished out from Thrall right there, which I do believe just means that it will prioritize heroes. Yeah. So we'll prioritize bouncing heroes, which overall for poking-based map, that's a huge win right there. But the other thing too is going to be, wait, did they just finish like Thunderstorm? That's the easiest Thunderstorm I think anyone's ever had. That was like a solid level Thunderstorm. Because it just kept bouncing to heroes. It's Fight Wing, thank you. Fight. Crash finished, oh my god, yeah. So did like Thunderstorm finishing that quick is pretty powerful as well. That's a lot of damage from chain lightning. Alrighty. Double bell tower phase coming up here. If they get both of these, that's going to be game and ReGen Anomaly taking the series. But we'll see oh, hold on, that's going to be the web wrap coming out into Murden. They step further back into the backline. Scooty is taking so much damage. Emerald Wind will push some of the members back, but they're going to retarget on the Murden. The Ancestral Healing goes out onto Voodoo, who is able to make it out of this alive. But Anders may have needed the Ancestral themselves, as they do have that Wolf Run right out of there. And this is a lot of the members of ReGen falling very low. Brightwing does go down, but they trade out the Orphea. Malthiel is going to get picked off. ReGen going to be losing a couple members right there, but now they're going to sneak down to here. They're going to be able to get the channel. No interrupts, so they put the enemy team into a 5. Oh no, there's no way they turn this around on the enemy team. Now, Li Ming did get the channel right above us, and they are going to be able to pick off a couple members right there. Can Carve get picked off? Nice. Nice lightning bond coming out from Anders right there. Right? Lightning, Earth and Shield? Yes, Earth and Shield. I was like, I have that wrong. That's not right. Lightning bond is like a super early... Isn't it super early? I might be wrong on that. Maybe it's a 7? I'm not sure. I don't play enough Rhaegar. But it is going to be 16 talent here on the side of Calculated Throw. Only noobs use caps lock. But like, I only use caps lock for work, because in construction, everyone writes in caps locks because we're all 5th graders and we don't know how to write properly. So we have to write in caps so we can read everything. We also skip some letters in the alphabet when we label things. That's not an exaggeration. If you look at some column lines on some jobs, you won't see an E or an I or an L in most cases, or an O, because they look too close to each other or other letters or numbers. Lightning Bond is at 16 now. Thank you so much, Caledorn. I thought Lightning Bond was what gave you that shielding, but it is going to be that Earth and Shield right there. They're playing, like, all right, so I will say this. This is, I'm not counting the members of Calculated Throw out of this whatsoever. This is Towers of Doom. This can go any which way. We have a, is this double altar phase coming up here? I think that's right. Yeah, bottom doesn't have an altar. They need to, ooh, Malthiel getting that conversion now puts them in a bit of a risky spot. There we go. I can say words. They can't give over the right side. Or the left. So they have to fight over this. So let's actually get into our fight right now. Murden jumps forward. That's going to be the Earthquake from the Thrall as well. Anders with the channel. No one's stopping Anders whatsoever. No one's stopping Anders whatsoever. And that's going to be ReGen sneaking it away. That's going to be the Rhaegar just walking back there and grabbing the channel. No one stopped Anders. GG. Well played. I didn't even get like an 1/8 of the way into my tea for the night. Woo! Oh, I see replay requests coming in. All right, Viper. I'm gonna make a note of this in my notebook. So we're gonna do Kaimo Tripson's Trainwreck game. That's in my Discord. It was posted last Thursday at 5:48 PDT. And that's that Hanamura Temple game. And then we're gonna do Vipers after that one, which is another Hanamura game. Kaimo... Ana, and then Viper. Ana. Okay. All right, let's find out if we can get an interview here, because we're not done with games whatsoever. Let's get some interviews. I just uploaded a replay. I would love to see your opinion on how we played it. Okay. Let me show talents, and then let me find out... Okay, cool. Yeah, I picked the right team. There's a lot of errors, but I want to know your opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. Apparently not. Alrighty, well at this time we are going to be joined by Carve and Anners. How are you doing? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Thanks, man.
Hello. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's pull it back here and let me update your score really quickly. So let's go ahead and jump into game number 1, Brax's Holdout. It's a bit of a back and forth and a lot of early game kills in your favor. Were you worried at all about the potential of their siege that could build up over time because there's Sylvanas and a lot of the push pressure they had? Or were you just confident within your own draft to continually win?
Routing hollow feed.
We were definitely confident with that draft. That's a team that's a 5-stack that we've been running, not a ton, but it does some good work, and we knew if we did what we wanted to do, it would be all on us, and it was.
Oh, it was a really, like, the combo constantly in game 1 was such a great blow up to watch. Like, it was just like, all right, well, they caught someone, they're probably going to die. Like, it was just constantly just like, yes, boom, easy. Every single time we're going to get this blow up. And then we go into game 2, Towers of Doom. It's a slower map. It definitely is. And they started to pull it back a little bit in the later half of the game, and they started to get some of these picks here and there. Was there any adjustment that you did made as a team? Was it just like, let's breathe and reevaluate? Or how did you kind of bounce back? Because there was a little bit of a moment when they started to build some momentum for themselves.
Yeah, the only time I can really think of where they had a good amount of picks there was towards the end, the second to last fight.
Yeah.
Where we kind of peeled off a little bit. We kind of overextended ourselves on their camp, but we were able to get a couple of kills. So I don't think they were really able to quite get back into the game. They had to deal with bottom, so we knew that having lids just crushing solo or dual soaking was really going to give us the advantage for experience, and it really did. We were towards the end, we were 2 or 3 levels up most of the time, so being able to have that advantage, we knew that as long as we didn't just wipe all the time, that we'd be able to come back.
And since I have Anners here, I gotta ask, what was it like channeling that last altar? Because the fact that I was just like the entire time I was like, no one's hitting Rhaegar. No one's hitting.
I'm gonna be honest. The only worry that I had was Hyperion was coming at me, and I was like, all right,
I saw that too. I was like, is it gonna touch Rhaegar's paw or not?
No, I didn't. No, it was good. I think the best thing that came out of the second game was we had a really good sense of saying, okay, we're gonna disengage here. We're not gonna die. We're not gonna feed into this. Like we'll get what we can, punish where we can. If not, we'll just go play macro. We'll grab our camps, just do rotations. Might be boring to not be running it down mid like we always do, but I mean we got the W.
There you go. That's what you want in the end of the day. Now we are moving into playoffs. Next week is the last week of regulation play, if I'm not mistaken. Any worries? Any excitement about playoffs for your team?
For sure. We still have 4 more matches left in the regular season. We have the least amount of matches played due to some scheduling issues and some other stuff.
Don't let the Nexus Gaming Series mods hear you on this channel say that. They'll shame you. I've seen what they do to you all. You poor players.
I get shamed all the time. It's fine. I'm not even worried about it. We've had some definitely a bunch of roster fluctuation, and we really have a solid 5, 6, 7 players now where, when we are playing, I'm not worried. Like,
thanks, man.
Yeah. Except for Anners, we've really got a solid group of guys.
I really am
really excited. We're really excited for the playoffs. And no, we're not there yet, but we've got plenty of time to get in there and make some stuff happen.
No, it's exciting, and you guys played a great game, and it was so much fun to watch. I can't wait to see you further down the Nexus Gaming Series season. But before I let you run out of here, any shots that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
I'll shout out Murda, whose birthday was yesterday. We kind of failed to complete the win yesterday for him on his birthday, but we did it for him on his belated birthday today. Shout out to the guys. Lid's playing real solid in the off lane. Voodoo coming in after just joining our team a couple of days ago and gelling with the guys, and really Genji with great calls. Just this is a great team. Great heals from Anners, and loving playing. And shout out to my wife, who may or may not be watching it.
Wait, can I shout someone out?
Absolutely.
Just my cat, Guacamole. I love him.
Guacamole, thanks for being a cat. I don't know if you're watching, but thanks. Thanks, Guacamole.
Oh, he's dope.
Well, thank you so much for the interview, you two. Have a great night, and congratulations once again on your victory, and happy belated birthday to Murda.